welcome to another reading. I'm the Unobtrusive Healer, and today we are asking who would love the opportunity to take you out. So this is a really fun, enjoyable reading just to see who's interested in taking you out and why. We want to know what is it that sort of first caught their eye about you, how do they know you, why do they want to take you out, and we're also going to tune into this person's looks, personality / characteristics, the zodiac signs and the initials as well. So it's going to be a really fun reading. Here are the pile selections in front of us. So group 1 have this beautiful stone here. Unfortunately, I don't recall the name of that one. Here we have what I think is green adventurine, but I could be wrong because I don't keep labels for all my crystals. And sometimes I forget or I mix them up. But this is a lovely raw piece for group 2. And then we have this one here for group 3, which I can't remember the name of this one either. I need to get the glare off because it's really beautiful up close. So that one there is for group 3. So if you're interested, I currently have an end of astrological year sale on my Instagram page. So check that out below and DM me if you would like to know what the special readings are. They're only available for a limited time only. And they're just sort of a temporary service. I can send you all the topics, or by the time I upload this to YouTube, I should have all of the topics in my story highlights for you to check out. And if you want to book one of those in, just shoot me a DM and I'll sort you out with a payment link and we'll get you booked in. But for now, take all the time you need to select your pile and I will see you over in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading where we are asking who would love the opportunity to take you out. So this is a really fun reading, and whether you are single, taken or in between, you could either just be here for fun to confirm maybe that your partner wants to take you out. You could just be here for no reason other than curiosity and for fun, even if you are committed to your loved one. You could be here because you're in a situationship and you're wondering if you've got other options, or you could be here because you're completely single and you just want to know who has their eye on you. Regardless of why you're here, I do hope that we can have a nice, enjoyable reading and get through some super accurate messages today. So if you're here with group 1, the crystal that we have here, actually I don't even know what it's called, so I don't know why I'm trying to introduce it. I think it came in like a mixed set or a mixed bag or something like that. So if anyone knows, let me know. But the first thing I feel like with this crystal though is that potentially this is a very black and white person, or like a very sort of, how else would you describe a black and white person? Like, they're more about like facts and evidence and logic and reason. Like it's yes or no, black or white. It's never in between. Like there's no real grey area. So that may or may not resonate. It just sort of came through then. But that we'll pop it over here for now. And we're going to ask a few different questions for this reading. So we're going to start off with asking how this person knows you. Then we're going to ask what about you first catches their eye or their interest. So the very initial kind of attraction, like what is that very initial attraction or that very initial interest. Then we're going to find out why they want to take you out right now. And then we're going to tune into who this person is in terms of their personality, their characteristics, initials, zodiac signs, and all that good stuff. So we are going to be beginning with how they know you. In the background we have some beautiful body healing frequencies. So as you listen to this reading, whether you even realize it or not, you will be absorbing these beautiful energies and healing yourself at the same time. If you would like a link to the one that I'm using, it's in the description box. But let's get into the person that would love the opportunity to take group 1 out. How do they actually know group 1, please? Okay, so we have the Lovers coming out first. So for some of you, you're in a connection with this person, already, and this is going to be like a fun reading to confirm that yes, your partner does want to take you out, and we might be reading them. But if you are not in a relationship, this person feels like the reason that they know you is because a higher power or like a fated moment brought the two of you together. I'm also picking up like past life here. So they could feel like they've met you in a past life, which kind of goes right against being like a very black and white logical person. But maybe this is coming from like their higher self. Like their higher self is saying like, I've known you in another life. And in this life, this human experience, they feel like, you know, a very lucky moment or a very lucky chance brought you together. Let's see what else we can find out about this. I just heard that you both could have been traveling to the same location. So this doesn't feel like one of you traveled to the other person's hometown. This feels like you were both traveling and you both met somewhere away from home. Yeah, and it's like then you had to separate for a little while. So they feel like that when that moment brought you together, they haven't been able to kind of move on or forget you since. So this is one of those moments where it's like, from the moment that we were brought into each other's energy field, I haven't been able to look at anybody else or think about anybody else since. I haven't been able to like let you go. So if you're not in a relationship with this person, it feels like they're saying like, although I was never able to let you go or move on, I also couldn't commit, or I haven't yet opened up, or I haven't yet acted upon how I'm feeling. To me, the Page of Pentacles is someone who's like holding back or keeping their cards really close to their chest, not saying much, not doing much, but being very stuck on you. So if you are with this person, it might have taken them a long time to commit to you or to actually open up fully, and it may have taken a while for the connection to actually sort of grow. But yeah, this is definitely two people. It felt like a very chance meeting for you, or a very like, if you believe in chance, it was a chance meeting. If you believe in fate, it was like a fated moment. Underneath the deck, we also have the Sun. So again, that's giving me like that sort of travel message. Sometimes the Sun card gives me like vacation vibes. So you definitely could have met whilst traveling to a different location. And yet, I think that regardless of whether you're with this person or not, there was just like an instant connection, an instant sense of like safety and warmth, either just on their part or perhaps for both of you. But like I said, it took a little while for them to open up, or they haven't yet opened up. Okay, so the next question that we're going to ask so the next part is, what about you first catches their eye or first catches their interest? So what about group 1 first catches this person's eye or interest? Try that again. What about group 1 first catches this person's eye or first catches this person's interest? So the first thing is, so I feel like the first thing that they notice, or the first thing that makes them curious about you, is the way that you're brought together. So it's funny that I mentioned over here that I was getting this energy of like they feel like it was just like a 1 in a million chance, or like a fated moment brought you together, because the wheel is very much about like a fated moment, or like a destined moment, or like a turning point. So it's like something about that interaction or that meeting changed this person forever, and it was such a profound meeting or a profound feeling that they felt that moment is what first got them thinking like, there's something deeper here, there's something more to this. So initially what caught them was, that the amazing way that you two met, or the amazing way that you two connected, or the amazing event that brought you together. They just feel like it was literally like a 1 in a million chance. And they've never been the same since. It's like they've only been able to get so happy or so full. They've only been able to fill their cup so far, or they were only able to fill their cup so far without you. So this feels to me like it's almost like, life's okay, but beneath the surface, I just really want to connect with this person. Or it's like a shift where it's like, okay, this life is not actually making me happy. I think I want more. I think I'm ready for more. And things started to really shift. So, let's say this person was like really happy being single at the time they met you, and then they came to this turning point. It's like they realized that they actually weren't as happy as they thought, and they realized like, I'm actually missing out on a whole lot more here. Because it kind of awakened them to something more meaningful. Okay, so we have the 10 of Voices. This is literally giving me vibes like they completely how would I describe this? It's almost like one version of them from that moment ceased to exist, and they were forever changed. Like the 10 of Voices is like an ending, and it's coming through to me in this case like an ego death. Like the illusion of how I saw myself has now just crumbled, And it was the beginning of like coming into union with themselves, meeting themselves on deeper levels, starting to step into their true power, starting to embody traits such as self-discipline, and an inner sense of like balance and peace. They also maybe feel like you tamed the beast within them. So like if they were getting carried away with life, or they just sort of entertain multiple people at once, or they just, you know, they, I don't know, partied a lot or something like that, it's like you tamed them. This encounter with you like changed them forever and really, really tamed them. I just noticed that I've split the deck, so 6 of Inspiration is there. Often when I do that, I don't even realize. So I feel like it's like I've started to accept that as like an unconscious, you need to see this card. So immediately they feel like this sense of recognition with you, like they recognize you, or they remember you from, like I said, like a different life, or their soul recognizes you in some way. So maybe they were a very black and white person, and then you came in and changed that, because all of a sudden they were like, whoa, like, why do I feel like I know you before but I've never met you? Why does my soul recognize you? Why do I all of a sudden feel like I've just, you know, found a total prize? And why all my goals and perspectives and what means to me, why is it all changing so rapidly and so quickly? I can't really keep that out because it's going to wreck the aesthetic of the reading. So we're just going to leave it. Next we're going to go into why they want to take you out. Hold on a minute. I had this deck chosen for this part, but now that I'm actually sitting here, it doesn't quite feel right. Yeah, no, I'm going to just grab a different deck. Bear with me. Both of the decks, one's called Guardian Angel Messages Tarot, and the other one is called Angel Tarot Cards. So they're both the angel theme. Maybe I just got them mixed up. All right. So why does this person want to take group 1 out right now? Coming back to this meeting, it's possible that a mutual friend connected you as well, because I just see like someone brought you together or something brought you together. So that could be a thing. Okay, so why would they like to take group 1 out? So the first card is the Sun. So we did already see the Sun on the bottom of this shuffle. And interesting, we have the words success and recognition. Then we have the 6 of Fire, which is success and recognition once again. So it's like they want to recognize you or give you the recognition that you deserve. So this is giving me the vibe of like either, even if you're already together, like they just want to show you how much you mean to them and give you that recognition. Like, I see you, I see how much you do for me, for us. I want to recognize that, and I want to reward you basically, or not reward, maybe that's the wrong way of describing it, but like just show you how much you mean to me and kind of help you see yourself the way that I see you, that type of thing. If you're not already with this person, it feels like the reason they want to take you out now is because they've grown some self-esteem and some confidence, and they feel like it's time that they finally went for the outcome that they truly want with you. The Sun makes me think like they genuinely want to make you happy. and they want to give the connection the success it deserves. They feel like, you know, they feel like you're the one, basically. Why does this person want to take group 1 out? So yeah, the King of Water, they definitely want to express their emotions, tell you how they feel. They want to prove that they're trustworthy. They want to show you that they understand you. They feel like you guys are very compatible. They feel like, you know, they have a lot to give, and they want to just tell you how much they feel, show you how much they feel for you, bring more emotion into the connection. So whether you're together or not, maybe like there's been a few blockages, or you've had to prioritize other things lately, or something along those lines. But the King of Water is definitely someone very emotionally available. If you have had any problems, like if you're already with this person and you've been having doubts, I think that this person is trustworthy, and they just want to prove that to you. And if you're not together, I think that they want to take you out so that they can start to show you a softer side to them, and start to gain your trust, and kind of like build your faith in them as a partner. We have the 9 of Water. So yeah, that's another very emotional card. They definitely feel like you're a dream come true. They feel like you're literally like the ultimate or ideal partner. They feel like you make them very, very happy, and they want to show you, or they want to do the same for you rather. I feel like if they're not with you, they're really like wishing and hoping that you will be together and you will get the outcome that they're hoping for. And if they're already with you, I think they definitely, like, their goal right now is literally just to like make you happy and give you everything you deserve. If you're not married or engaged, I want to say that they could be thinking about like settling down properly, like marriage, engagement and all that. I think they want to build a family with you, if that's something you're interested. If you're already together, they may want to have a pet or grow the family. Like I said, get engaged, get married, build with you, grow with you. It feels more like they are hoping and wishing for that with you, but for some of you, you may already be there. But yeah, they're definitely thinking about longevity, security. They seem to want to do things the traditional way, like get married, or like get a home, get married, have children, like very traditional person, I think. And underneath, we have the Two of Earth, balance, prioritization, and playfulness. So with the 10 of Earth and the 2 of Earth next to each other, this almost is giving me the vibes of like all they want to do is make money and travel. Make money, work hard, play hard, you know, work hard, treat the family well with like vacations and really fun experiences, and enjoy the results of their hard work. I think that this person, yeah, like that's what they value, and that's what means something to them now, is like yeah, basically everything I've just said, I won't go back into it and retouch on everything that I just spoke about, because that'd be very boring. But yeah, you get me. It's like they want to work hard, get their money, and then enjoy it with you, and maybe even the family too, if you have children. All right, so they're all of the questions about, I guess, the situation. But now we'll go more into like this person as a human being, I suppose. So we're going to start with some personality and characteristics. So for that, we're going to go into my friend's deck. So how would we describe this person in terms of their characteristics, their personality? Who are they as a person? Okay, so we have the Hermit card coming out to start with. It was in the reverse position. I wasn't really sure if I was going to take reversals, but I did strongly get the feeling that this person's not an introvert. So I feel like it's in reverse because they are more extroverted, but they may have recently gone through a hermit period where they were like spending a lot more time alone, slowing down, like getting to know themselves, understanding their feelings, and now they're kind of coming out of that mode. But I do feel like this is more of an extroverted person, someone who is sociable. They actually prefer not to be alone. Like they prefer to be with people, be around people, talking, connecting, socializing, all that kind of stuff. So they're definitely someone who works hard. They have a very secure material world. So like their job's very secure, their money's very secure, and they are someone who's quite proud about this. But I feel like down here we have how to act, acting for dummies, acting 101. I feel like they've recently had to learn a few lessons on how to act or how to treat people, or like lessons in personal growth, like the inner world rather than the material world. So it's like they're great in their material world, they're very secure, but recently they've been sort of focusing more on their inner world and trying to grow in their inner world. What else can you tell us about this person's character and personality? Okay, we have the Tower in reverse, and we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So I think this person's sometimes a little bit stubborn and unwilling to change, or unwilling to what's coming through is like a bit of stubbornness and someone who's a little bit resistant to change. But this is something that they are actively working on and trying to overcome. So they're trying to be more fluid. They're trying to be a little bit more flexible. They're trying to be less controlling and less competitive. Like maybe they were raised or taught that like winning is everything or being the best is everything, and they're trying to currently like shed that layer of themselves and learn to just sort of have more fun and learn not to take things so seriously. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse once again. So they're not someone who opens up easily. They generally keep things pretty close to their chest, like we already said before. And I think that this person used to be someone who was like skeptical and untrustworthy with new things, new opportunities, new people, new experiences in general. Like they were skeptic or mistrustful. And then we have the Knight of Wands underneath the deck, but now I feel like they are learning to think less or overthink less, and sort of just go for opportunities, follow their interests, follow their curiosities, follow their passions, and to stop like overthinking it and second guessing it and holding themselves back. So they're more of like a go-getter instead of someone who holds back. They could be a little bit like they have like this exciting, adventurous side to them, I think. And it's interesting because there's this like energy of like holding back, but there's also this spontaneity and impulsiveness at the same time. So I think when there's like little to no risk, or when there's no harm done, they're very like spontaneous and adventurous. But then when it comes to like things that matter and things like serious things in the material world, things, more meaningful things or things with bigger risk, then they have more of a tendency to hold back and assess the situation and like not act too quickly. Okay, so now we're going to go to 3 cards that I've already pulled for you. You can either decide to take a moment and pick a card, but the intention here is that for everybody in this group, at least 1 up to 3 of these things will be a trait of your person. So it's at least 1, but up to 3. They could be all traits, or it could just be one of these things, but there'll be at least 1 thing for every person watching. So yeah, pause now if you want to pick while they're turned this way. Otherwise, we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, which on my chart is the Cups suit is like a standout feature or a standout thing about this person, and the 7 of Cups in reverse is actually the booty. So this person has a standout booty, whether they're male or female, they have a nice booty in your eyes. The 6 of Swords is grey eyes. So this doesn't literally have to mean like grey. Like for example, my eyes are like a grey blue. Sometimes they're more grey than others, but they're like a very grey blue. So think something like that, or grey tinge, greyish eyes. And then the 8 of Pentacles is someone that has a casual but stylish aesthetic. So they kind of dress quite casual, but it's in like a really stylish way. So maybe they dress it up with jewelry and like nice hair and makeup, or if they're a guy, just jewelry, or they just, you know, even though it's casual, it's like high-end wear or branded clothing, things like that, or they just know how to make casual look good. So that's 1 to 3 things about your person. Now we're going to have a look at the zodiac signs, and then we'll finish up with some initials. So what are the main zodiac signs for this person? So we have Cancer, and don't forget this could be sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay, so we have the Ascendant card coming out. So specifically Cancer Ascendant, which is a rising sign. So a Cancer rising. We have ninth house coming out, which is Sagittarius. So there could also be like a Sagittarius Ascendant or a Sagittarius rising. Because when the Ascendant card comes out, it means that we're more likely, or it's like the majority of you, this would be for their rising sign. And we have 10th house. So they could have Cancer in the rising, the 9th house, or the 10th house if you want to get really specific. Otherwise, on a more general scale, we'd be looking at Cancer, Sagittarius, or Capricorn rising placements for this group. Underneath the deck, we also have the Moon, which is related to Cancer. So there's extra heavy Cancer energy coming through. And now we're going to have a look at the initials. So what are the most common initials of the person who would love the opportunity to take group 1 out? All right, so we have N, we have A, we have P, we have O, F, we've got quite a lot for this one. We have B, Q, Y, E, I, and we have the hashtag. So you could be connected, or they could follow you on social media, or any of these letters. There could be like a double of any of these letters in their names, like a double N, double A, double P, or just like repeating initials. So like a lot of the same initial repeats throughout their name. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you very much for watching this reading. I hope that it's resonated and it's been enjoyable for you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you're interested. But until next time, sending love, light and everything bright. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading where we are asking who would love the opportunity to take you out. So regardless of why you're here, whether you're here to see if your current partner is thinking about taking you out, maybe you're in a situationship seeing if you have any other options, maybe you're single looking for options, whatever the case, this reading can still be for you. So stick around. I was going to say stay with me or stick around, and then I decided to combine the two. But anyway, let's get into the reading. So you would have chosen this crystal here, which I think is green adventurine, but I forget because like I don't keep labels with my crystals and then I end up forgetting over time. But this is a very green piece of, well, it's a raw piece, this one is, so it's very beautiful. I love the raw pieces personally. But this crystal is giving me like a very gentle, calm energy. So your person could be a very gentle, calm person. And I'm getting the vibes of like someone who isn't afraid to wear their heart on their sleeve. And someone who is more in tune with their feminine energy or their more sensitive side. And they recognize the strength in that, because that's definitely not a weakness. It is a strength. But maybe that's something that they've struggled with, is being called like sensitive their whole life, or dramatic or emotional or something like that. But I do feel like this person's, they're in tune with their emotions and things like that. So the first thing that we're going to be asking today is how this person knows you. So who would love the opportunity to take out Group 2? How does this person know Group 2? We'll start with how do they know Group 2? How do they know Group 2? Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords and we've got the Hierophant. So this feels like you attend the same how would I explain this? So you both go to the same like venue or community, and it's a community that can help you grow, better yourself. It could be like a spiritual community, it could be like a church, it could be a school, it could be someone that you take classes with, it could be, it's like something where you both go, you both attend this place, and it's like a shared interest or a shared belief or a shared commitment that you both do. So yeah, think like the Hierophant's making me think of like big corporations for some reason, like big banks. So maybe you work at the same bank, or yeah, maybe you like work at the same corporation or the same body. But the Knight of Swords, I feel like this is someone that you communicate with regularly. This is someone that you are like you see each other regularly or often enough. This is someone where you have a mutual interest or a mutual commitment to the same thing. Let's get another card. Yeah, so this feels like a shared interest. So maybe you go to the same gym, you play the same sport, you go to the same class, you go to the same community, you go to the same group, you go to the same something. But with the Hierophant, I do feel like there's either something I'm really struggling to put into words what I'm feeling. It's like there's either a coach or a boss or a leader or a head person at this place. So it could even be a teacher or a guide or a yoga instructor, I don't know, but it's definitely like there's a authoritative body at this place that you attend of some kind, in some way, shape or form. So like, to keep going with the examples, like if you were in the same team, this could be a coach. If you work together, this could be a boss. If you go to the same church, this could be the priest. Is that what they are? Oh my god, I really hope I'm not offending anybody here. I've never been a church goer myself. Not to say I don't have any type of faith, but yeah, I think it's a priest. Anyways, but yeah, so this is something that you're both interested in. It's something that you both enjoy doing. It could be something fairly new that you're doing. With the Ace of Wands, it feels like new energy. So it could be that you've just recently met them, or maybe you're going to meet them at this institution. I know, but they want to take you out, so you must already know them. So yeah, it feels like it's something that you've recently signed up for or recently started doing, or otherwise there's just like a lot of renewed excitement or renewed passion about this thing. Okay, so we're going to move into what about you first catches their eye, or what about you first catches their interest. I feel like this is someone that gets very excited to see you, very excited to talk to you. Maybe even it could be the same for you and this person, because it definitely feels like you already know each other and you already communicate. Alright, so what is it that first catches their eye about group 2? Alright, so we've got the Knight of Emotions and the 10 of Materials. So I think that first of all, it's the fact that it's that shared interest, it's that shared love for something, shared love for community, shared love for what you do, shared love for however you know each other. It's all connected to how you know each other. So again, like this is still looking like a team or a group of people, like a community. So your love for your community or your love for what you do and becoming better and bettering yourself is something that really catches this person's eye about you. Also your energy. With the Knight of Emotions, I'm picking up energy. I heard the word noble. So I feel like what they're trying to say with that is that you're a noble person, like you have morals, you have values, you have integrity. You could both be trying to better the community in some way. They also love how connected to like nature or your love for nature. Okay, so we'll just take the 8 of Emotions because the other one flipped out facing down, so it was just some collateral. So the 8 of Emotions, they admire, or like what caught their eye about you, or what they admire about you, it's coming through more as like admiration, but it feels like your journey, how far you've come, or something about your personal journey. Maybe you've been through some darkness in your life, and that's why we have like an eclipsed moon. It's like you've been through a lot, and here you are still walking the walk, still talking the talk, still growing, still learning. And there's also something here to do with like walking your own path. So the bravery and the confidence to walk your own path, to walk to the beat of your own drum. I think that they seem to think that you know yourself so well that you're willing to leave behind any and all things that don't serve you. And that's another thing that they really like about you. It doesn't really feel like more cards are coming out, so I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, I think your personal evolution, your personal journey, it inspires them. That's the word I'm looking for. It inspires them. Is there anything else I can see with that card? There's something here about like you don't conform to fit in. So like, even though you really care about the community and you value what you do and you have like morals and purpose and integrity and all of that, I think that that also gives you the courage and the strength to go against the grain. Like, you don't care about fitting in with people. If you don't want to be somewhere, you'll leave. Like, there's this something here about, like, maybe, for example, if you are in a team together, or if you are in some kind of group together, it's like you don't sit around in places and sing Kumbaya if you don't genuinely feel happy to be there. Like, you'll not force yourself to become part of the group if you feel like it doesn't align with you. Like, if everybody else is saying, yeah, we're going to do this, you're not afraid to say, well, I'm going to do that, even if it means doing it alone. It feels like I don't know if you maybe were considered like a bit of an outcast when you were younger, or you felt like you didn't quite fit into most social groups, but now later in life that's become your strength because you're not compromising yourself to fit in with anybody. But yeah, when you do care about people, like, it's like ride or die. Like, you're there forever. Very loyal, very trustworthy. Okay, I think I'm ready to leave that part now. So we're now going to go into why do they want to take you out. I'm just going to have a quick drink. And just so you know that while you're listening to this, even if you don't realize it, you're actually healing your body, because this beautiful frequency we have playing in the background, which is in the description box below if you're interested, is a complete body healing frequency. Alright, so, not yet. Why does this person want to take group 2 out, please? Why does this person want to take group 2 out? We have the Lovers. So I definitely think that they see a lot of potential in you. I think that you've brought out new feelings in them, and they definitely want to explore the connection a little bit deeper. They could want you to help them make a choice. They could want to talk to you, communicate with you, and get your help in filtering out some thoughts in order to help them make some decisions, because it feels like I'm very drawn to the word choices in this card. So it feels like they trust your judgment, they trust your intuition, and it feels like they would like to take you out so that they can get your advice or get your help on making some sort of choice. We have the Knight of Fire, so this could relate to their path and something that they are planning to move towards. So they could be quite confident and passionate about what this is, but they want to just get another opinion from someone that they trust. I think that also this could be a very big sign that, once again, like, they're very passionate about connecting with you and seeing where it goes, because like this is like a card of where the path's going. You can't really tell where it's going, so maybe they want to see where it goes with you as well. I'm hearing I want to show you a good time. And we have the Nine of Air. That's interesting, because maybe if you're going through something group 2, they could potentially want to show you a good time so that you can kind of like let all this go for a little while. Otherwise, this could definitely relate to that choice that they're trying to make. So this choice is actually weighing on them quite heavily. They're not sleeping because they're just, you know, stressing over this decision that they have to make. And they feel like, you know, you're the perfect person to help them make this decision. We have the 7 of Air. Maybe it's about a choice that they already made. Yeah, so it's not a choice that they need to make. This is a choice they've already made. And now there seems to be some sort of consequence or some sort of repercussion that's coming back. And they need your advice. So you must be very wise, very intuitive, and very reliable, because they feel like you will know what to say or you'll know what they need to do. I think they did something impulsive without calculating some sort of risk. So they made this impulsive decision, they didn't calculate the risk, and now they're dealing with some sort of repercussion from this. It doesn't have to be like too hectic or something too out there, but I feel like they're stuck in this, yeah, actually I think all of these cards, yeah, literally all of these cards were meant to come. I was just going to take that top one until I looked at them, but it's like now they're stuck in limbo. As you can see again, it's like stuck. The Hangman is literally stuck, unable to move anywhere. Like even here, it's like time standing still, because it's like they can't go this way or that way until this is resolved. So they're stuck in this conflict right now. It's really bothering them. It's really annoying them. They really want to get out of this situation. But it's like, yeah, with Justice here, it's like they are awaiting the consequence. They are awaiting the decision. They are, again, like facing backlash, like karma's got them for this impulsive decision, and now they're having to like rebalance the scales, karmically speaking, in some way. So, I mean, obviously that's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but apply that how it resonates. If you know who I'm talking about here, it might not have anything to do with you, this decision that they made. It might not be like, you know, they were unfaithful or they cheated on someone or like any, I don't think it's anything like that. I think that they made a silly mistake that they're now regretting. They're dealing with the consequences. They're kind of stuck waiting to hear the results or waiting for a decision from someone else, or it even feels like it could be like legal or contractual or something like that. Stuck in a contract they can't get out of, stuck in something that they can't get out of because they're awaiting on a higher power or a higher body to, yeah. And we had the Hierophant. Interesting. So they feel stuck because they are awaiting results, but they want to connect with you because they feel like you have the right advice. You'll be able to give them emotional support and maybe help them take their mind off this, or just help them have some fun in the meantime, or like you'll just know what to say or you'll know what to do. Alright, so I'm going to move on. I feel like there's probably not too much more that I can pull from this, because the rest will be too specific for each of you, so I'm just going to leave that part there. And now we're up to the part where we're going to look into the person specifically. So first of all, we'll look at like their personality or their character using this deck. So the person that wants the opportunity to take out group 2, what can you tell me about their personality and character? We have the Queen of Wands. So this is someone that almost everybody will consider, you know, like conventionally attractive. Otherwise, it's like their energy is very attractive. I think that they are somewhat in tune with their spirituality. I think that they're probably quite a creative person, quite charming, quite witty, very intelligent. I just saw the Magician, but it didn't come out. All right. Okay. This is a very generous person with the 6 of Pentacles. I think that they are definitely a giver in connections, whether they're platonic, work-related, family, or love. I think that they are a giver. They like to give gifts. It's probably a love language of theirs, like giving gifts is a way that they kind of like show their affection. 7 of Pentacles in reverse is giving me procrastinator energy. I feel like this person is a procrastinator, and sometimes they maybe spend too much time dwelling on situations or processing situations or thinking about situations before they make a move, maybe sometimes too long. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. I think that they can be a little bit overly focused on the material world. I think that either they're like a workaholic and very, very focused on money and material things, which could be why they're a giver, because they're all about the material world. Or it could be that they're too frivolous with their money. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's like they're not making mature, stable, long-term decisions. Maybe they're a little bit like flamboyant with their money and a little bit too quick to kind of like give. We have the 8 of Swords, and that's also in the reverse position. So I feel like this person, it's almost like they're learning to break away from their habits. They're in a phase where they're learning, or they're starting to see where they've been holding themselves back, or where they've been limiting their growth or limiting themselves in any way, and they're starting to become more aware. It's like they're taking the blindfold off, and they're being more like accountable. Could actually even be like the other way around, like they are refusing to see where they are keeping themselves stuck or restricted, and refusing to take accountability. Because when I look at these two as a partnership, in the upright, I would say like that's looking at things very logically and bringing reason into the situation to help get yourself out of sticky situations. But in the reverse position, it's like refusing to see, refusing to be accountable, refusing to change. What's something else you can tell me about this person's character? Yeah, refusing to choose, refusing to decide, refusing to commit, refusing to say, yes, I need to change, refusing to see where I'm keeping myself stuck. So, their energy and their charisma and their intelligence gets them far. They're very generous. They're definitely not like, you know, stubborn or someone that like doesn't like to share. But I think they're like a giver to their own detriment because they're a little bit careless and frivolous with their money, which keeps them a little bit stuck. And they're a little bit reluctant to act or take accountability or even recognize how they're limiting themselves or keeping themselves stuck. Alright, so that's what I can tell you about them as a person at the current time. Now we'll go into the most common zodiac signs for this group. It could even be that they're in a financially tricky situation because they are a giver and they do like to share with others, so they end up kind of getting themselves in a tight spot, and maybe maybe they got a loan and now because of their impulsive ways they're struggling to pay it off, and now that's stressing them out and they're dealing with the consequences, and they're trying to figure out how to bring that back into balance, like how to live true to their contract or live true to that commitment. Like I'm just snowballing ideas here, but little things like that are kind of coming through. Alright, so common zodiac placements in this group. So this could be sun, moon, rising placements. And this is of the person that wants to take you out. So what are the most common signs of this person, please? We have Uranus coming out first. Uranus is Aquarius energy. So they could have an Aquarius sun, moon or rising. Or if we want to get real specific, they could have a lot of their, what am I trying to say? No, never mind. Leo, so Leo sun, moon, rising, or to get real specific, a Leo Uranus in Leo. We have Mercury. Mercury is Gemini and Virgo energy. Otherwise they could be, so they could either have their Uranus or Mercury in Leo. We have the 7th house and the 4th house wanting to come through. So 7th house is Libra and, no, 7th house is, yeah, it's Libra energy. It's also Venus energy, so I started to think of Taurus as well, but 4th house is Cancer. So Uranus and Mercury in Leo, Leo in the 7th or 4th house, or Leo sun, moon, rising, Aquarius sun, moon, rising, Gemini or Virgo sun, moon, rising, Libra sun, moon, rising, or Cancer sun, moon, rising. Whew. All right, next is, oh, I didn't do this before the reading. I was supposed to shuffle these ones before the reading, but we'll do it now. That's okay. So this is going to be like one, at least one, it could be all three, but the intention here is for at least one of these features on your person. So these are like physical traits. So we might get like an eye color, a hair color, a, you know, clothing aesthetic or something like that. But let me just flip my book to the chart. All right, so give me 3 things about group 2's person, or the person that would love to take group 2 out, so that at least one of these 3 things resonates for every person watching this reading. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Wands. I feel inclined to take that in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Give me one more, please. Thank you. All right. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be one of these 3 things. It could be 2 of these 3 things. It could be all of these 3 things. But the 6... Sorry, I'll get back up so that I'm actually near the camera. The 6 of Wands in the reverse position is, so for some of you, this person has braided or dreaded hair. The 10 of Pentacles upright is someone who dresses kind of like skatewear, skate brands, or that kind of style, that kind of aesthetic. And then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is someone shy, timid, and reserved. So that makes a lot of sense actually, because I was picking up with that green crystal that they're a more sensitive, gentle soul, and often those people are a lot more reserved. But yeah, so it could be up to 3 things, but at least one of those features are something of your person. All right. What's next? Initials, and then we're done. So we're going to get the final portion now, which is the most common initials of this person. So what are the most common initials of group 2's person that's coming through today? That literally came out in the order of SEX. That's so funny. Alright. Anyway, let's keep going. We need a few more. Most common initials. We've got J and we've got Z. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want to force them. But these are the most common initials. We literally have X here, so I don't know if for some of you this is an X that you're still in contact with. Or an existing connection that you're trying to resolve things with, or just like bring things back into balance, or something along those lines. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave your reading. So thank you very much for watching group 2. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you feel like doing so. But until next time, sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading where we are asking who would love the opportunity to take you out. So regardless of whether you are in a relationship, a situationship, single, you can still use this reading. You might just be looking to confirm that your partner wants to take you out soon. You could be seeing for fun what other options you have out there. I mean, hey, this could just be purely for fun if you want it to. No judgment here, but we are going to look at this from a few different angles. So let's first have a look at the crystal you chose. And what this one's making me think of is just really, really smooth And it's making me think of like, you know, like really nice skin. So maybe this person has really, really nice skin, whether they, you know, take conscious care of it or whether they're just blessed naturally, but they could have like really, really nice skin. They could be quite tanned, or they could have a darker complexion. That doesn't have to be for everybody. But the other thing that I feel possibly if you've picked this one is that they could be a more like grounded, down to earth soul. But yeah, that's about all that's coming through. So we're going to pop the crystal over here, and we're going to get into your reading. So the first thing we're going to ask is how they know you. So we'll get some tarot cards and we will confirm how they know you. And while you're listening to this reading, you're actually also healing your body, because we have a beautiful complete body healing frequency in the background, which you can find in the description box below if you're looking for the link to use it for yourself. Alright, so for group 3, how does the person who wants to take them out know group 3? Oh, hello. Ace of Wands in the reverse position. The Four of Swords in the reverse position. And the Lovers. Random. Okay. What's underneath here? Maybe this is going to help. Page of Wands. Okay. So, how do they know you? So this is an instance where somebody else or something else brought you together. So it's not like you this is interesting. So Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like there wasn't an immediate spark. Four of Swords reversed. But it's not like you slept on each other either. Like, it's not like you... This could be a situation where when you met, there was no immediate spark or no immediate, like... You know that moment that people talk about, like the second that I saw that person, like there was fireworks or it was like an immediate spark. It doesn't feel like that. This feels like maybe friends first, and then like the attraction grew from the friendship, because it almost feels like it took time for that side of things to grow. We have all this noise outside now. Hang on, I'm going to shut the window because I don't know if you can hear that or not. But I can, and it's very distracting. Yeah, so this is almost like, you know, two people coming together and they connect and bond, but it's not an immediate like spark or an immediate attraction. So it feels like maybe this began, or it begins as platonic, so friends first. So there could be a friend of yours, but it's growing into more. There's like an attraction or an interest growing here, and they're starting to look at you in a different way. because it feels like this is not someone new. This is someone that already has been in your life, but it feels like it was more like platonic, and now they are interested in more. Okay, so it took a while to get the message through then, so that could be sort of further indication that it takes a while for this for it to grow into something exciting. So it could have been that you've been friends for quite a long time and they've just recently kind of got this attraction or this pull towards you, or it could be that I forgot what I was going to say. Or it could be that like it's taken this person a while to figure themselves out and to figure out how they feel, and to kind of get clarity on that, because it took me so long to get the clear message. So it can sometimes represent that, you know, you might be very unsure about this and it might not be clear to you until a little bit later on, or it's just becoming clear to this person now. But yeah, so let's go on to the next part. I feel like you either met through someone else or met through something like mutual, something that you both do or somewhere that you both go. It could be somewhere where you're not resting, because Four of Swords reverse, I'm thinking maybe somewhere where you're very active, like a gym or like a sports team, or what else is something active, like a sports club, a walking club, a travel club, like I don't know, something where you're quite active and moving, because in the upright position it would be very still. Yeah, anyway, I don't need to fully explain it, do I? But it's just what's coming through. And like then we also have here these two people are on their feet, so that actually kind of makes sense. But yes, so could be something that you both love doing. But let's move on to what about you first catches this person's eye or first catches this person's interest. So this might either be like the initial reaction, or this for this particular group it could be like, what is it that changes their mind, or what is it that suddenly like ignites a spark, or what is it that makes them start to see you differently. What about group 3 catches this person's eye? Oh, stay straight. Keeps getting stuck to me. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Voices. We have Awakening. Okay, so it feels like they could have witnessed you when you were potentially like not at your best. So for example, maybe when you were going through stuff, when you were having a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleeplessness, when you were going through something like maybe quite traumatic, or grieving something, or going through like a darker period in your life. And then they've witnessed this growth and this evolution and this like, it's like you've awakened to your potential. You have started seeing yourself differently, you've grown a lot, you've matured a lot, you've changed a lot in like all the best ways. It feels like you've become very like in tune with your higher self, or like a higher morals, or a higher power of some kind. And you see here, like, this person's eyes are closed, and then here they're like wide open. So it's almost as if to say, like, you didn't see yourself as anything, but now you see yourself as so much more. And it seems like that has made them start to see you as so much more as well. So it's got a lot to do with like your transformation, basically, like how far you've come, how much you've changed. And then we have justice. Yeah, so it's like you've aligned with a truer version of yourself. You know your morals, you know your values, you know your beliefs. You've balanced your energy. You've shed ego and past versions of yourself that don't align with the true you, and you've really emerged a brand new being. I think that they find you really good to talk to. Maybe you've had some different kind of conversations. Maybe you've been quite open and honest about your personal journey, and that's really intrigued them. They find it quite interesting, like this awakening process that you've gone through. And I think that they feel like with everything you've been through, like you've handled it with a lot of grace and elegance. It's like you've really blossomed out of, nothing. The way that you, or what you've been dealt with, was like, a really challenging for you, but you've really found a way to blossom out of all of that nothingness. So I think that they're seeing you in a new light. I think that they're also seeing you, the Justice card's giving me like partnership material. So maybe they're starting to see that you're like, partner material, or they're just seeing you more as an equal, or more as partners, or something like that. And underneath the deck is 3 of Voices in reverse. So yeah, like all your healing and everything that you've overcome, and you've still managed to turn into this beautiful beacon of light. That's what's really kind of catching their eye and their interest at the moment. So the next thing we're going to do is go into another deck, and we're going to ask why they want to take you out now. They also like your, one of the things they find attractive about you is your honesty. And like, I think you're a very open and honest person. And they appreciate that. Alright, so why does this person want to take group 3 out, please? So we've got the 10 of Earth and the 4 of Earth flicked out into my lap there. All right. So it feels like they've been very controlled in their approach with you. I feel like they've been very reluctant to really open up the way that, well, actually, it's not to say that you've fully opened up, but just your honesty and your authenticity. I feel like this person's been more measured and controlled. And maybe they've been keeping things under wraps because it feels like they see long-term potential, but they've been keeping that to themselves, basically. And it feels like the reason they want to catch up with you is to maybe open up that conversation, put out the feelers, see if there's potential for, you know, a foundation here to be laid, potential to kind of like, yeah, like lay a new foundation, like a foundation where there's feelings and romance here, like not just friendship, but like getting deeper, seeing if there is the potential or the opportunity to get deeper. Look at that, opportunity just came out right after I said to see if there's the potential for an opportunity to get deeper. Yep, so they really want to take action and kind of like figure out the potential here. They want to know what you're open to. They want to know if you're feeling the same way as them. I think they want to explore their this pull that they're feeling towards you. I think that, yeah, they want to like move this in a different direction, a new direction. This is usually about like moving on, but it's just coming to me as in like they want to see if there's an opportunity to move this in a different direction now. Like we've kind of been going with the flow all this time, but maybe now we could actually ground something here and solidify the connection or the relationship. We have number 11, strength, and the 3 of fire, goals, expansion, vision. Yeah, so the strength card can also be about like unity. But I definitely feel like the reason that they want to do this now is that they do have a little bit more confidence. They feel like they are ready to kind of open up and see if they can expand or progress things here. So I think they want to tell you about like their feelings and what they can see or what they're hoping for, because it feels like they're very in tune with their vision. This is like long-term, looking long-term. That's, you know, looking long-term. So it's definitely coming through like they want to see if there's an opportunity to move things in a new direction and progress in new ways, like reach new goals, explore the passion that they're starting to feel, and just sort of see where that can take you. And under the deck is the six of earth, and that's like a card of sort of wanting to give to you, wanting to build something very balanced, you know, being very generous. Maybe they want to, when they take you out, maybe they want to like pay for everything, or they want to kind of shower you in their generosity. So I feel like they're a very generous person, or at least they want to be with you. Excuse me, just had a drink of water. All right, so yeah, now we're going into, I feel like we're moving quite quickly this time, but that's okay, we'll keep going. So this part of the reading now, we're going to look at the actual person. So with this deck, we're going to look into their personality and their character traits and try to get a feel for like just who they are as a person. So who is the person who would love the opportunity to take our group 3? What can you tell us about their personality and characteristics or character traits? All right, we have the Page of Cups. So this could be someone who's like, yeah, actually that makes a lot of sense. So, you know, how I was talking about how they've had a very controlled approach all this time, and they've been very reluctant to open up. This is like newly exploring emotions or exploring new emotions. The Page of Cups is like the the youngest of the court cards. So it's like this person sort of, they're not super emotionally mature, but they're learning and they're opening up, and they're getting more in tune with that side of themselves. So this is definitely someone who is getting a little bit more in tune with their emotions. They probably have a lot of emotional maturing to do, but they are definitely opening up. We have Justice in the reverse position. So when it comes to communicating and expressing how they feel, they especially struggle. They find it difficult to put into words how they're really feeling and how to put it into like an eloquent way. They really struggle to be truthful about their feelings, but also they struggle to just express themselves and communicate it with words. So there will be someone whose energy and actions will probably show you more than their words will, just because they still have a bit of growing up to do in that sense. It's not that they're a bad person or you shouldn't trust them or that they're dishonest. It's just that they struggle to put their feelings into the right words, and they do have like a fear of opening up, and a fear of being vulnerable. It could even just be like a fear of getting hurt, you know, like it's Nine of Wands. It's definitely a fear of getting hurt. That one was just like poking out, and when I tried to put it back in, it actually came further out, and I was like, what is that card? Yeah, so they're like, you know, I've been wounded so many times, and yeah, I'm still standing, but I don't know how much more I can take. So I'd rather kind of just keep my cards close to my chest and not say too much until I know more, or until I feel a bit more sure. So there's someone who can be a little bit reserved, but I think it's because they've been wounded, and they feel like I just went into like the weirdest trance, but there's something to come through with that Nine of Wands, something else. No, I don't know, I think I covered it. The Chariot makes me think of someone very driven, someone very goal oriented, maybe someone who feels a little bit lost if they don't have, you know, goals and aspirations that they are actively trying to reach. I think that, yeah, they like to know that they're making progress. They like to be able to see their progress, and they like to feel like they are winning when it comes to their goals and aspirations. They're definitely not a lazy person by any means. I think that they are quite active, whether they're like a runner or they go to the gym or they are just constantly on the move. This person is very rarely, you know, still. They have high ambition. The Eight of Swords. I think this is how they present themselves to the world, very confident, driven, ambitious, successful. But I think behind closed doors, this person does have, you know, struggles. Like they do sometimes fall victim to their own mind, and sometimes their own mind gets the better of them. I think they can sometimes overthink and end up thinking themselves into like basically a hole where they can't do anything. So it's like they put themselves in like a mental prison sometimes. So they're definitely, although they have this kind of really almost perfect image to the world, they definitely have their struggles. They've been through their own struggles, they've dealt with their own struggles, and I think that sometimes they do struggle with a little bit of like anxiety or analysis paralysis and things like that. I also think that sometimes this person can accidentally see things how they want to see them instead of seeing things how they really are, and sometimes this can get them into a little bit of trouble and ends up like binding them to outcomes that were never really on the table. All right, one more for who this person is as a person. And we have the Four of Swords here coming out again. This person could be a music lover. They could definitely really connect with music, and it can really get them in their feels. Possibly maybe like old school music as well, especially. But I think music can also, it's like when they are getting a bit like anxious and stressed out and overthinking, I think that music is like their safe space. Like they really can just listen and tune out and relax and calm themselves down using music. This person could be recently recovering from something, like a physical injury or something like that, because I'm noticing we have a bandage on this head. This person's covered in bandages, and then this person's kind of like almost looks like he's bedridden, and the Four of Swords is about recovery. So maybe they're recovering from, you know, a surgery, an injury, or something like that. Could be more mental or emotional, or it could be physical, but yeah, take that as it resonates. Okay, so, I forgot again. The only group I remembered to shuffle this beforehand for was group 1, and then for group 2 and for you guys, I've fully forgotten. But this is going to be, I'm going to pull 3 cards, and at least 1, but up to 3 of these features could exist on your person. So these are like physical features. So we might get like a hair color, a hair texture, an eye color, an aesthetic, a standout feature, or something like that. And it could be all 3 things, or it could be just 1, or it could be anything in between. But the intention is to get at least 1 thing or 1 feature of this person that wants to take group 3 out, please. So give me 3 things so that everybody resonates with at least 1. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands coming out first. The 8 of Wands in the upright position is black hair. And we've got the 9 of Cups in the upright and the 3 of Swords in the upright. So I'll start with the 3 of Swords because that's on this page. Hazel Eyes is coming through with the 3 of Swords. And the 9 of Cups is a standout feature, and look at that, it's their hustle or their drive. And we were literally just talking about how this person's really, really driven and really ambitious. So that's actually one of the standout features of this person, something that people that really love about them, is their drive and their ambition. So those are the 1, 2, or 3 of things could exist or be for your person. So take that as it resonates, or take all 3, up to you. The final, no, not the final, zodiac signs, and then the final part is initials. So we'll get the main or most common zodiac signs for this group. So this could be sun, moon, or rising sign. And I'll also read the specifics if anybody knows like full birth charts, or just if you're curious, I'll read that as well. But yeah, so most common sun, moon, rising, or birth chart placements for the person that wants to take out group 3, take group 3 out. It almost sounds like take him out, like, you know, assassinate. Oh my God. Okay, so Mercury is coming out first, and this is Gemini, and it's also Virgo, because Mercury is the ruling planet of both of those signs. So Gemini or Virgo, sun, moon, rising is coming out first. We have Taurus coming out next. So we have the Ascendant card coming out. So this means basically that any sign that comes out here, the Ascendant sign is most common, but like I said, it still could be any of those big 3. But this would be like either a Mercury rising, or Gemini Virgo rising, or a Taurus rising. And we'll get one more. And we have the 5th house, which is Leo energy. So it could be Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, or Leo, sun, moon, rising, specifically rising signs coming through here. Okay. We have Pluto on the bottom, which is Scorpio as well. Just thought I'd mention that. All right, so we're going to get initials now. So the most common initials of this person that wants to take out group 3. Just going to shake it around a bit. Most common initials of the person who wants the opportunity to take group 3 out. All right, I think that's it. Excuse me. So we have an N here, we have a C, we have an A, we have an L, we have an R, we have Carl. It makes me think of Carl Baron. We have Z, and we have the hashtag. So this could be someone that, you know, maybe they have your number, or you're connected on social media and they do like to look at your page, or any of these initials could appear multiple times throughout their name. But yeah, that's all that I can bring through for you today, group 3. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading and it's resonated well for you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you're interested in doing so. But until next time, sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye.